Good morning, my dear friends. In our gospel today, we find Jesus meeting two demoniacs, possibly demon possessed gatherings. They were so violent that no one could tame them. They lived outside the city among the tombs, and people avoided these two demoniacs because they were just so dangerous. But when Jesus came, they shouted at Jesus, "What do you want to do with us, Son of God? Have you come to torture us before the appointed time?" Noticeably, they knew exactly who Jesus was. They called Jesus Son of God. And they also knew about the appointed time, the time when the Son of God would reign. But those words didn't flatter Jesus, neither they deceived him. Rather, Jesus commanded them, "Go then." And we cannot help but notice the ease of command, the confidence and the authority of Jesus, reminiscent of the ease of Jesus' command when he calmed the storm at sea. Jesus is in control. He has the authority to calm storms and even expel demons because he is the Son of God indeed. But here comes the most interesting part of the story. After this majestic display of authority, the whole town came out to meet Jesus, but they begged him to leave their district. Ordinarily, one would think that such was a great miracle and was worthy of praise. Jesus expelled the demons, and as a result, he freed two men possessed by it. Jesus just saved two men, and he brought them back to their right minds. And yet, when this was reported to the whole town, They begged Jesus to leave their district. After Jesus had expelled the demons, Jesus wanted the people wanted to expel Jesus. And reasons may be varied. It could be because their swine were destroyed as a result of the devil expulsion. It did not matter to them that two men had been given back the reason. All that mattered to them was that their swine had perished, and they didn't like that. But it could also be that they saw how Jesus expelled the devil, and that meant for them, quote unquote, expelling the devil inside of them. It meant for them letting go of evil habits, of their evil ways, of their old ways. Perhaps they were not yet ready for it, or perhaps they didn't want that to happen. In short, they were resistant to change and conversion. Friends, whether we admit it or not, sometimes we find ourselves in similar situation. We want Jesus to go away because we do not want to give up some of our bad habits. We do not want him to stop us from doing the things that give us pleasure. Admit it or not, sometimes we want to keep the quote unquote little evil inside of us. We know so well, though, that rejection of God's plan leads only to destruction, as clearly is displayed when the swine rushed down the bank and drowned themselves in the sea. So, friends, we cannot simply set aside the question that this gospel raises in our own hearts. Am I open to God's will and His ways? Or do I reject Him and ask Him to leave us alone? Who reigns in my heart? Evil or God? Hopefully, the answer is God. Amen.